Hi, this is Marc here with RawNutrition.com. In this video I'll be demonstrating the Hurom Slow Juicer Elite Model SBB11. I'll be juicing a mix of fruits and vegetables. Basically, I'm trying out the recipe here, Alkaline Juice. The Elite Slow Juicer comes with this recipe book. Give you some ideas to get started with your juicer. So this is an alkaline juice with spinach, cucumber, celery, some carrots, and 1 apple. So I'm pretty much basing my recipe in this demonstration on this book. So I'll put together my juicer. So you'll use it in the closed juice position. And you get the choice with the Hurom of a small screen and small whole screen and large whole screen. I'll be using the fine whole screen since I'm doing a vegetable juice and I want there to be very little pulp in it. These new juicers from Hurom have a really tight tolerance, like really tight space between the screen and the auger. So in here you're squeezing the most amount of juice. And also you're having the less amount of pulp. So you're using the fine screen. This new model juicer reduces the amount of pulp that ends up in your juice. One of the main complaints from people using upright vertical juicers like this, masticating juicers or cold pressing, however you want to call them, but one of the main comments is always that there's pulp in the juice. You can filter it out with a sieve, or put it on the juice collecting cup and remove some of the pulp, or you can simply drink it with some pulp if you don't mind a little bit of pulp. So I will lock this into place, and that's what I don't have it quite in place here. Let me put in the screen first, lock that in, and then the auger on top. Perfect, so now we're ready to go. I'll install my juice collecting cup here. And when you're juicing greens, you want to alternate, reduce foam, especially masticating juicers. Most of the juicers tend to make a lot of foam when you're juicing just greens, especially if they're smaller. Just the design of the juicer and the auger and the texture of the greens, if you're juicing them on their own, they'll tend to be more foamy in the results. But by alternating, you'll definitely have less foam using a hard vegetable and apple. I've left these are baby cucumbers, so I left them with the peel on. So everything's been washed and ready to go, and everything's been sized to fit inside our opening. So this is the size of the opening with the Hurom Elite Juicer. So it's about 2 inches by 1.5 inch. So it's not a huge, it's not a wide mouth, but it's still a fairly good size. But you do need to prepare your fruits and vegetables ahead of time. So we'll go ahead and start juicing. Everything's in place. And the best thing when you're doing a mixed vegetable juice like this is to just mix it. Now with the Hurom, I can close the juice cap and have it mixed in here for a little while before opening it up and letting it go into the juice collecting bowl. I have a cup of greens here. The recipe called for a cup of spinach greens, compressed cup here, so that's what I've done. And so I can alternate. I always wait till the juicer's done processing before adding more. Occasionally you might use the pusher, but don't use it to push down hard. Basically, to do that, your juicer will stop. You're putting too much pressure. It's turning at 43 revolutions per minute, so that is pretty slow, but the process time is not really that long because it is taking up the vegetables and pulling them in. It's making it easier than, say, a horizontal type masticating juicer, where you absolutely have to maintain some pressure to get it in. So here I put in some greens. I can use the celery to push them down and let the celery go through. I'll just let the juice come out. It'll pretty much mix itself in the bowl anyways. Put some greens in. And occasionally, due to the design of the auger, you will need to occasionally just give a little push for the auger to pick up. the fruits and vegetables. That's a dual blade on the top, so the auger is not completely round and open. That blade does prevent sometimes the vegetables from going in on their own, especially if you put a little too much. If they are protected, if you overfeed the juicer, it'll simply stop. I don't find that the Hurom Elite stops for no reason. You can give it quite a few, even though it's slow turning at 43 revolutions, you are able to go. And here I was trying to get it to stop by putting in a lot of hard vegetables at once. You simply reverse, go forward, and then you can continue juicing. Now I'm seeing a few little carrot pieces on top here, so if I maintain just a little bit of pressure, it takes them up. Put in some more greens. You can see with the Hurom, the pulp is coming out in little spurts and it's very dry. Nice and compact and very dry, so it's not at all juicy or soggy. You've really extracted the most juice out of it. You will find about, and they say up to 40% more juice. I find maybe about 10% more juice compared to other upright single auger juicers. A little bit more juice. There's only so much juice you can get out. And I'm sorry, here at the end there, put in all my carrots at once. And that's it. We've got a large amount of vegetables. I've got about 24 ounces of vegetable juice. This is the Alkaline blend found in the book on page 23. The Hurom natural juicing recipes for your elite juicer. Alright, well let's try this juice out. Looks very nice and green. I didn't bring a glass, but let's use this cup. Very fresh, very delicious. I had a lot of cucumber in there and I could taste it. And I juiced it with the skin since it's a small baby cucumber. The skin's very tender. Very nice flavor, very refreshing. I'm sure even children would love this juice, especially with the apple. It gives it a little bit of sweetness. So again, this is Marc with RawNutrition.com. Be sure to subscribe to our videos here on YouTube. Check out more product demonstrations and juicing videos. And also check us out online for the best kitchen tools at www.RawNutrition.com.